Wanted director Timur Bekmambetov looks to combine his particular action style with a classic tale of Christian forgiveness in Ben-Hur, the latest adaptation of the 1880 novel. Of course, he's following in some pretty big footsteps, particularly in regards to the 1959 Charlton Heston epic, which won 11 Academy Awards, a feat achieved by only 3 films in history. Unfortunately, this new Ben-Hur is in no danger of matching that accomplishment. Part of the problem is Jack Huston, who stars as Judah Ben-Hur. Huston is likable enough as the character, a prince living in Jerusalem at the time of Christ. But as Judah's family falls from grace and is all but destroyed by the forces of the Roman Empire, Huston never quite finds his groove as a bloodthirsty, revenge-driven nobleman turned slave. In fact, his co-star Toby Kebbell mostly overshadows Huston in the film. Kebbell plays Masala, a Roman orphan who was taken in by Judah's family and raised as his brother. In early scenes, we see the strong bond between the two, which begins to crack when Masala decides to join the Roman army to make a name for himself. And he does exactly that, returning to Jerusalem years later, now philosophically opposed to Judah and his family's beliefs. Kebbell is a strong actor who has played at least one iconic villain in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes Koba, and here he brings a conflicted and troubled vibe to Masala, achieving through sheer will of performance a characterization that isn't fully present as written. The film does come to life in its action sequences, including a naval battle seen only from the perspective of Judah and his fellow galley slaves. And then, of course, the chariot race is another highlight, pitting Judah against Masala in a spectacle of shattered carts and trampled participants. The director doesn't disappoint with these scenes. It's just a shame that it takes so long to get around to them. All that said, the basic story of Ben-Hur is a strong and compelling one, and as such, the film has a solid foundation to work from. It's also worth noting that this version amps up the Jesus quotient as compared to the 1959 film, casting Rodrigo Santoro in the role. How audiences will react to this handsome Christ popping in and out of scenes in parallel to Judah's own life remains to be seen. But still, there is no denying the power of Ben-Hur's final redemption. It's just not a very smooth ride getting there. For all your movie review needs, keep it here on IGN.